Hey everybody, Jim Delo, late in November of 2025. There was an unfortunate situation at Franciscan Crown Point. Kind of didn't know about it really until going into the show, so I kind of had to learn about it on the fly. But Verlie and I take a call from, I think, Trucker Mike about a situation where a woman somehow left Franciscan Crown Point and went and had a baby in a car, reportedly. Now, at this point, I don't know all of the situations. There's privacy laws and all that, so we don't know all of the chronology of the situation. But on its surface, it's just kind of an ugly situation that happened to turn out favorable, and that the baby was born and was evidently there wasn't any real health concerns. I'm sure by the time that you listen to this, maybe we will know more, but this is just how it unfolded on the morning show. Thanks a lot.
Now, this is my opinion and how I feel this morning, and then I'm going to let it be as that. But last night it was on the news about that husband and wife that she was 3 centimeters of having a baby, and she was discharged from Franciscan Health in Crown Point. Now, if each and everybody goes to Franciscan Health website and reads their mission, I read the whole thing. Catholic nuns, they read their mission of the Catholic nuns, their mission of that policy of that hospital. But I didn't see anywhere that it said on the bottom of the mission is they're only out there to make money, because they shut down St. Margaret's, right?
They did.
Okay, so now, what if 8 minutes they left from that hospital to hurry up and get to another hospital? What if that father, when he delivered that baby and had complications and that baby died, okay, is that dignity of that hospital to... The lady's saying she's having a baby. My wife, I asked her, I says to my wife, I says, she's 3 centimeters. My wife says, that lady's having a baby. That was wrong. I hope, they said, it was on the news, they want to change the policies. No. I feel so sorry for that family. I hope they sue the pants off of that hospital and them nuns. And maybe they'll own that hospital, and they'll treat people like they're supposed to be treated.
Mike, I'm going to cut you off. Thank you. Let's talk about this.
I want to respond to that. That's sad that happened. Thank God the baby was born healthy and is now being taken care of. But on behalf of Franciscan Hospital, I have to say this. My daughter was in Hyde Park, went into labor a month early. They drove from Hyde Park to Crown Point to Franciscan, walked in the door. She was already dilated and crowning. They delivered my grandson. He was in the neonatal unit for a week. They're some of the most wonderful, caring people that exist. And so mistakes get made. That was a huge one. But I'm not going to bash Franciscan, because I know that the care that they provide to people all over the place where they have facilities, I'm not going to bash them.
Mike brings up a good point. They left Hammond, built a big thing in Crown Point, and this is here's what the Times says. Franciscan Health has confirmed that a viral video showing a woman in labor being turned away was at its Crown Point hospital. The hospital's CEO called the video deeply troubling and said officials are conducting an internal investigation into the alleged incident. In a statement to the Times, Franciscan CEO Raymond Grady said the hospital is, quote, grateful to learn from online and media reports that both mother and child are reportedly doing well. The video and the comments it has generated are deeply troubling, and we understand the concern that has raised. The video is just one part of the information we are reviewing, blah, blah, blah. Here's what it does. The video shows a woman in a wheelchair apparently struggling with labor pains in what looks like a medical facility It then shows her being wheeled out and reportedly sent to another facility before ending with her holding a newborn in a vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, it's terrible that happens.
So, I just followed the PR part of it. So the dad delivers a baby in the car?
Yes. Yes, they said she was only dilated to 3 centimeters, and they felt that, her labor had not progressed enough for them to admit her. Sadly, that was a grave mistake that they made. But that's why there are attorneys. Malpractice suits take place every single day based on decisions that are made in hospitals or in doctors' offices. And so it will be handled through the courts. But I'm not going to do a public campaign against Franciscan for that mistake, because I'm sure there's a lot of mistakes that have been made in hospitals around this region that don't make the front page of the paper.
What do you guys think? I mean, Franciscan is ours, you know what I mean? It's like it was St. Margaret's, and many of you were born there.
My daughter was born there. The one that gave birth at Franciscan was born at St. Margaret's in Hammond.
Do you remember the name of the hospital you were born in?
Sydenham in New York City. Same place that Lou Alcindor was born. He was the famous person born in that city, right in Manhattan.
The reason I say that is that everyone should remember that, because that's one of the things they ask. Oh, you were born, what was the name of the hospital? And then you're like, if you can't think of it, I'm not altogether sure I know the name of the hospital. I was born in Lafayette.
I'm a city girl, born in Manhattan.
I was born in Lafayette, and I think it closed a long time ago, St. Elizabeth. But anyways, commentary on multiple videos claims the woman gave birth 8 minutes later in her vehicle.
That's crazy.
Some social media users have accused the hospital of racism, noting that the woman is black. You think that was a factor?
My daughter's black. I'm black. She received excellent care at that hospital. So, are there deficiencies in health care for black women in this country? Yes. Is the mortality rate for black infants higher than other races? Yes. So yes, those things do exist, but I believe the person who's in charge of the hospital is a black man, right? So I'm not going to say that racism played, because I don't know what the reason why they did not admit her. I'm sure it'll come out in court. I know that when I would walk into the front desk, there was a couple of black women sitting there checking people in and asking what room you were going to. I mean, at some point, they knew which room I was going to every time I came. So I don't know that racism played a role in that decision to send her home. I hope not.
Verlie, I'm with you on the viability of Franciscan. I went over there, and I got a great doctor right in the old Hammond Clinic where I grew up going to it. And I didn't realize they had basically kicked out all of the specialists. It's just primary care in that whole building.
You go everywhere else for specialists.
Yeah, I mean, you walk in. I don't want people to know this, but you walk. So you got a really good emergency room, and then I got a doctor there that he was new when he came in, and I said I'll give him a shot. I don't know anything about him. And now he's really busy, but he'll basically see me anytime, so I don't really have to go to the emergency room. And, he's like, hey, dude, you get one of these. He looks at my insurance, and he's like, hey, you get a wellness thing once a year, dude. You got to use it. Like, are you drumming up business? And he's like, no. And he goes, I went to go see my buddy upstairs, and I got this whole wellness thing going. It's a kind of a big factor in my life. I come from here. I go to the doctor right by my house.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's all right there.
Dr. DiFilippo, I've been going to him for decades.
Every time
I walk in the door, he's like, you still working? I'm like, yep.
What happened? Now, the hospital is saying in their statement, privacy laws limit what they can share, but they stress that the videos and the narrative surrounding that do not accurately represent Franciscan Health Crown Point's Catholic Health Care Ministry's values, which include respect for life, compassionate concern, and Christian stewardship. So they're not saying, I mean, what would happen that you would turn a woman in labor away? I just don't understand what would, I mean, oh, all right, you're not covered, or you don't have insurance, or there's a problem there. I get that. But when a woman's in labor, I think a lot of that goes out of the window. So, I mean, I would love to see the A, B, C, D, E. You sending a woman away and they have the baby in the car. Mike was right. What if there was any sort of problem?
There's so many things that could have gone wrong in that situation. The baby's cord could have been around his neck. He could have been not breathing. There's so many things that could have happened. It's just the blessing of God that the baby is fine, but it was definitely wrong what happened.
Hey, let's take a couple phone calls. Hey, what do you think, huh?
Well, I'm kind of blame that woman that was pregnant because she didn't read the MX emergency book. She probably was really brave. When you go into the emergency, and I've been there over 12 times, busted up, you don't go in there acting tough and say everything's all right, because they're going to release you. You go in that emergency room looking like you're ready to bawl. Please help me. I can't take this pain anymore. And it becomes a different story. The poor woman, she probably would have got treated a lot better. She needs to read the MX book on going to the emergency. I'm a pro at it. I've been there so many.
Hold on a second. I did not see the video, did you?
No.
I didn't either. So are you blaming the victim on this, that she was pregnant and dilated and she didn't have?
No, not at all.
No, he's just.
I used to go in emergency rooms. I used to go in the emergency rooms acting a tough guy, and they release you. If you go in there, you can't be tough. You have to say, I'm in a lot of pain. Please help me. Otherwise, they're going to release you. I know.